Today we're counting down 15 Nintendo Switch games that truly feel like perfect 10 out of 10 experiences. These are the games that stayed with us long after the credits rolled, whether through incredible gameplay, unforgettable worlds, or pure fun from beginning to end. Bayonetta 2 is pure, unapologetic action. You play as Bayonetta, a witch with guns strapped to her heels who fights literal angels and demons with over-the-top combos. The combat system is the heart of this game. It rewards timing, creativity, and aggression all at once. There's a mechanic called witch time, where dodging at the last second slows everything around you, and once you get the hang of it, you feel absolutely unstoppable. The game throws massive boss fights at you constantly, each one more insane than the last. Bayonetta herself is one of gaming's most iconic characters, confident, stylish, and endlessly entertaining to play as. The story follows her on a mission to save a friend's soul from Inferno, and it's wild, cinematic, and completely self-aware about how ridiculous it is. It runs smooth and looks incredible on Switch. If you want pure action game satisfaction, this is it. Eight Travelers, 8 Stories. One of the best JRPGs on Switch. Octopath Traveler II drops you into a beautiful world rendered in HD 2D, a mix of pixel art and 3D lighting that genuinely looks stunning. You pick one of 8 characters at the start, each with their own story, hometown, and goals. A merchant chasing justice, a dancer building her future, a thief living in the shadows. Combat is turn-based with a twist. Every enemy has hidden weaknesses you figure out mid-fight to break their guard and deal massive damage. Each character also has unique path actions that change how you interact with the world. Steal, challenge NPCs to duels, or gather information through persuasion. The second game added crossed path stories that actually connect your characters to each other in meaningful ways. It's long, rich, and rewards patience with some of the most satisfying RPG moments on the platform.
What's our plan of attack? I'll run you through!
Prepare yourself.
Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door puts Mario in a world where everything is made of paper. Characters, environments, even Mario himself. That's not just an art style, it's a mechanic. Mario can fold flat to slip through cracks, roll into a tube, and use the paper world in genuinely clever ways. The turn-based combat has real-time button inputs nail the timing on attacks and blocks to boost damage or reduce it, which keeps every fight active and engaging. The story sends Mario and his partner Goombella to the shady port town of Rogueport to hunt for legendary treasure buried beneath it. The characters you meet are funny, well-written, and memorable in a way Mario games rarely pull off. Each chapter feels like its own mini-adventure, with a distinct theme and cast. The Switch remaster sharpens visuals and adds quality-of-life improvements. It's clever, charming, and endlessly replayable. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the best kart racer ever made, and it runs perfectly on Switch. The base game has 48 tracks, and the Booster Course Pass pushed that to 96, all remastered from across the series' history. Racing is tight, fast, and chaotic in exactly the right way. You drift to build boost, use items strategically, and navigate anti-gravity sections that flip tracks into creative, unexpected layouts. Battle mode got fully rebuilt from scratch in Deluxe, and it's actually a blast now. Online multiplayer holds up well, local co-op is perfect for any setting, and chasing faster times in 150 cubic centimeters and 200 cubic centimeters gives solo players plenty of challenge. It's one of those rare games you can hand to literally anyone, and they're having fun within 30 seconds. Whether it's a party or a solo session at 2 a.m., Mario Kart 8 Deluxe delivers every time. Metroid Prime Remastered brought a 2002 GameCube classic back and made it feel completely new. You play as Samus Aran, a bounty hunter in full power armor, exploring the ruined alien planet of Talon 4. It's first person, but it's not a shooter, it's an exploration game. You scan environments for lore, find hidden paths, and unlock new abilities that open up areas you couldn't reach before. The entire world is one connected space, with no loading screens between zones, and every new power you earn makes the map feel bigger. The remaster updated the controls to feel modern without losing the original's precision. Visually, it's gorgeous. Dark corridors, bioluminescent jungles, ancient alien ruins, all rebuilt with sharp textures and lighting. The story is told almost entirely through the environment and logs you scan in the world, giving it an atmospheric, lonely feel that sticks with you long after you finish. Celeste is a platformer about climbing a mountain, but it's really about pushing through something that feels impossible. You play as Madeline, who decides to climb Celeste Mountain, and the game uses that journey to explore anxiety and self-doubt in a way that's raw and honest without ever getting heavy-handed. The controls are tight: move, jump, dash. But the level design demands precision and pattern recognition. Every screen is a small, contained challenge. You die constantly, but the instant respawn means failure teaches you rather than punishes you. There's a full assist mode for players who want to tune the difficulty, and the game never makes you feel bad for using it. The later chapters and B-side levels are brutally hard for those who want that push. Lena Raine's soundtrack is some of the best video game music written in the past decade. Celeste is one of those rare games that manages to be hard, fair, and genuinely moving at the same time. Super Mario Bros. Wonder is Nintendo's 2D Mario team deciding to go completely off the rails, and it works perfectly. It's a side-scrolling platformer built around one core idea: the Wonder Flower. Grab one in a level, and the whole stage transforms into something totally unexpected. Pipes start walking, the ground turns into waves, Mario becomes an elephant, a spike ball, or a cloud of bubbles. Every single level does something you haven't seen before. On top of that, there are brand new power-ups, and a badge system that lets you customize your character's abilities. Wall jumps, floatier movement, extended range. Multiplayer supports up to 4 players and adds glorious chaos. The game feels genuinely inventive and fresh, which is impressive for a franchise this old and this beloved. It's bright, creative, and endlessly fun, whether you're playing alone or with others. Kirby in the Forgotten Land is the Pink Puffball's first real 3D adventure, and it absolutely nails the transition. You're dropped into a post-apocalyptic world where nature has overtaken civilization. Crumbling shopping malls, rusted amusement parks, overgrown highways. It's a surprisingly interesting setting for a Kirby game, and it gives the whole thing a quiet sense of mystery. The copy ability system is back, and hail enemies to steal their powers, whether that's fire, ice, a sword, or a drill, and each ability can now be upgraded using materials you collect. The brand new Mouthful mode lets Kirby inhale large objects he can't swallow, a car, a vending machine, a traffic cone, and use them creatively across levels. A second player can jump in as Bandana Waddle Dee at any time. Boss fights are creative and memorable, the 60 frames per second performance is rock solid, and the whole package has that effortless Kirby charm that makes even the tough parts feel inviting. Fire Emblem Three Houses is 2 games in one, a school life simulator and a tactics RPG, and both halves are exceptional. You play as Byleth, a mercenary-turned-professor at the Officers' Academy, which is divided into 3 houses, each led by a student with their own ideals and ambitions. You choose one house, and that decision shapes everything: the story, your allies, the enemy you face, and the themes the game explores. Grid-based tactical battles make up the combat, where positioning and unit roles matter. But between missions, you're at the academy, teaching, training, building bonds with students, eating meals together, and exploring. Those relationships feed into battle performance. The story goes to genuinely dark and complicated places, and with 4 full routes offering different perspectives on the same war, there's well over 200 hours of content here if you want all of it. One of the deepest, most replayable games on Switch.
Is that all?
Astral Chain is Platinum Games at their most inventive. You're a police officer in a sci-fi city under attack from alien creatures called Chimera. And early in the game, you bond with a chained entity called a Legion, a powerful being you control simultaneously alongside your own character. That dual control combat is unlike anything else in gaming. You weave your character and your Legion together, attacking, dodging, chaining enemies, solving environmental puzzles in a flowing system that rewards creativity. There are 5 Legion types, each with a different fighting style, and you switch between them freely. Outside combat, the game shifts into detective mode, investigating crime scenes, interviewing witnesses, piecing together evidence. The city is dense and full of personality. The story digs into identity, duty, and what it means to be human in a world falling apart. Hades is a roguelike, where every run takes you through procedurally arranged rooms where you fight shades and monsters, picking up boons from Olympian gods along the way. Poseidon, Zeus, Aphrodite, Artemis, each god modifies your abilities, and the way those boons stack and interact creates wildly different run styles every time. When you die, you return to the House of Hades and talk to the characters living there, which is where the real magic happens. The story unfolds entirely through natural conversation between runs, no cutscenes interrupting your flow, just dialogue that grows and evolves the more you play. Zagreus' relationships with the gods and underworld figures are written with genuine depth and wit. The game constantly rewards you with upgrades, with story, with secrets, and after dozens of hours, it still doesn't feel repetitive. It's one of the best designed games ever made. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is the kind of JRPG that consumes weeks. Set on Ionios, a world trapped in perpetual war between 2 nations, you follow 6 soldiers, 3 from each side, who are forced together by circumstances neither side can explain. The story is heavy with themes of mortality, purpose, and what life means when survival is all you're trained for. The open world is enormous, layered with side quests, lore, and secret areas that reward exploration constantly. Real-time combat has you controlling your character while managing a party of 6 with distinct roles: attacker, defender, healer using a class system that lets characters learn and swap abilities. The Ouroboros mechanic lets 2 characters fuse into a giant-powered form mid-battle. Hero quests add entirely new characters, each with their own story arc. Tears of the Kingdom takes Hyrule and rebuilds it vertically, Sky Islands above, the familiar surface in the middle, and the dark, massive depths underground. Link gets 4 new abilities: Ultra Hand to grab and connect objects, Fuse to combine weapons and materials, Ascend to phase through ceilings, and Recall to reverse an object's movement through time. These tools open up a creativity-first approach to every problem in the game. There are almost no wrong solutions, only the ones you come up with. You can build flying machines, combat vehicles, bridges, and weapons using whatever you find in the world. The story involves a mysterious force called Gloom corrupting the land, sky ruins falling from above, and a threat that runs deep into Hyrule's ancient history. Shrines return as compact puzzle rooms, temples serve as proper dungeons, and the world is packed with secrets across all 3 layers. A technical and creative achievement. Breath of the Wild reset expectations for open-world games. You wake up as Link with no memories, walk out onto a cliff overlooking a ruined Hyrule, and the game simply says, go wherever you want. The physics system is the foundation of everything. Fire spreads through dry grass, rain makes surfaces slippery, metal draws lightning. Every rule you learn becomes a tool. The Sheikah Slate gives you magnetic control, ice pillars, bombs, and stasis abilities you combine creatively in 120 optional shrines spread across the world. Weapons degrade and break, forcing constant adaptation. The world is massive and handcrafted, filled with hidden villages, enemy outposts, ancient ruins, and towers that unfold the map when you climb them. The story reveals itself through memory fragments scattered across the land, slowly building the picture of what was lost. Super Mario Odyssey is as close to a perfect video game as it gets. Mario travels across a series of massive, open kingdoms: a city, a seaside, a food world, a snowy mountain. Each one built around a different real-world theme with incredible attention to detail. The big new mechanic is Cappy, Mario's living hat that you throw to possess enemies and objects. Possess a bullet bill to fly through the air. Possess a T-Rex and crash through everything. Possess a stack of Goombas to sneak past guards. The mechanic is inventive in every single kingdom, and it always finds new ways to surprise you. Power moons are everywhere, hidden in walls, tucked inside puzzles, earned through possession chains, rewarded for figuring out patterns. And there are hundreds of them across the game. Mario's movement is so polished that players still find new tricks years after release. The music, the visuals, the creativity, all of it comes together into something that feels genuinely joyful from start to finish. 15 games, all of them perfect. Whether you've played one or all 15, the Switch library hits hard. Thanks for watching. Drop your number one in the comments. See you next time.